welcome back to Timbers Flooring on this lovely sunny day in Cockfield near Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk. So today I've got a maple floor for you, and this particular floor is a floor I actually stained about 20 years ago. So yeah, 20 years ago I did this floor. They wanted it darker back then, so I stained it with a Morel's Light Fast stain. I can't remember, I think it was just light oak stain on top of maple, but now they're asking me to take it back so it's raw wood, so it'll be raw maple if you like. And they had a little go themselves over here. I'll just show you. So here, a little go, but obviously higher sanders and your own sanders don't work too well with a pretty hard finish on. So the finish that they're after, I've already done the other half of their room with low bar invisible 2K, and this is the look that they're after. I know it's oak, but this has already been finished in low bar invisible 2K. In a lovely kitchen area, and they want it flowing through, so we know it's going to be different because it's maple, but they still want it as close as possible to match in. So what a stunning room. So you can watch me, I'll go through everything as I go. I'll tell you what I'm doing, I'll tell you the process, and yeah, I've put 2 days to do this job. Let's get cracking. See you in a minute. So here we go. So I started off sanding here with a 60 grit actually, but then I soon realised, you just saw me change the belt there, that it wasn't cutting it as good or as quick as I'd like to, so I changed it over to 40 grit. The machine that I'm using is a Lacquer Hummel machine, and the belts that I'm using are Abrasives, and they are ceramic belts, and that's the same for the edger as well. The edger I'm using is a Lacquer flip. So there you go, that's the first sand done. Well, I've still got to do the edges, but that's generally the first sand done in the middle. I ended up using a 40 grit to start with, and as I started sanding the floor, I remembered that 20 years ago I was using different lacquer, and as I started sanding this floor I could smell it. It smelled exactly like the lacquer I used to use all them years ago. That lacquer was an acid based seal that I used to use. It was horrendous. It made my eyes sting and my throat got sore. God knows what that's done to my lifespan, but anyway, use nice water-based stuff now, so it's come a long way since all them years. So no, it's all good, going really well. There's only one spot on the floor so far that's not that great. I'll show you how, and that's just there. Do you see it? This little patch here, so I think some sort of dog accident has gone on there. So I'm going to try and sand that out a little bit more. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it'll become a bit less, but we'll see. But I'm going to go a 60 grit right now over the whole floor again. So same thing again, just go over the middle with a 60 grit, and then I'll get the edges out, and then we'll see how far we go there. Probably 40 grit on the edges, or maybe 60 grit. I'll see what it's like when I get to that point. So I'm now just about to start the 60 grit with the Lacquer Hummel, and then once I've finished there I then move straight on to the edger, where I'm using a 60 grit on the edges for the first time. And once you've finished doing the pass over with the edger, I'll then move on to the file sander. Now you can use different machines to do this, like a multi-tool. You could use a multi-tool. Some people scrape the floor with like a razor blade scraper, or you could just sand it out by hand, but trust me, this finish that was on here was quite difficult to get off, so we needed to be fairly aggressive with it to get it off. I prefer the file sander, it's nice, quick, and it leaves a good finish. And once I've finished file sanding, I'll go straight onto the edges with 100 grit. Right, that's me nearly done for the day. It's now 4:45. All the sanding, well I say all the sanding, I've got all the muck off the floor. That was quite hard work to be fair. That old stuff I used was really quite hard actually. It lasted well, but not good to work with, it's horrendous. Anyway, so I've done the 40 grit and the 60 grit of the main sand. I'm just going to do one more sand right now to an 80 grit. And all the edging's been done with a 40 grit, and then I use a 60 grit and then a round with a 100 grit. So that's all done, and I've done the file sanding in between the radiators and the corners of the rooms. So that's all out now as well. So like I said, I've just got well, 2 more sands to do, so I'm going to do one right now, which is the Hummel again with a 80 grit. So I'll go over the whole floor quickly with that again, and then tomorrow I'll start with the planetary sander, just do the final sand and with that, and I think I'll use a 80 grit on that as well. And then we can start applying some low bar invisible to this floor to try and match the other one over there. And I do have to just get out this little strip as well, but that won't take long. But yeah, so far so good. Keep with us and let's see what this floor looks like with some lacquer on. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. So now is the final pass over with the Lacquer Hummel with an 80 grit. So, new day, new machine. It's now the Lacquer Trio with an 80 grit. However, you don't have to use this planetary sander. You can actually finish the floor with just the Hummel, the Lacquer Hummel, or a belt sander shall I say, and finish there, but on a higher grit, say like a 120. But I've got the Lacquer Trio. It just leaves a fantastic finish, and I love the machine basically. So if you have a planetary sander, use it. And no matter what you do, whether you use a belt sander or a planetary sander, make sure you hoover up really, really well. It's so important. So here's the Loba 2K Invisible Protect. That's the hardener, and that's the main product. And this is a soft pile microfiber roller, short pile microfiber roller, should I say, and a paintbrush. So this is the first coat of lacquer. Use the paintbrush to go all around the edges first, and then the middle with the roller. But I do like about a metre at a time. No more than that, otherwise it becomes it takes too long to get to one end. So you want to do smaller whips, and then you get to the end quicker, and it just leaves less roller marks, and it's just easier to deal with. Just work quite methodically and apply the lacquer liberally to give a lovely finish. Right, that's the first coat of Loba Invisible Protect 2K on. It's gone on really well. It's really funny, this product. I really like it. It's one of my favourite at the moment. If any of you have any other favourites, let me know. I'd like to happy to try some more. But this product I've really got on with. It's really easy to use. But when you first put it on, it goes really patchy. But then, as soon as the sun hits it and a bit of airflow, it then all dries lovely and matte all over the floor. It's just a really good product. You just have to trust the process of how it goes on, because it's quite nerving when you first put it on. But yeah, it's coming up really well, really happy with it. I'm going to wait a good 2 to 3 hours now for this to really cure off. And then I'll come back in, give it a light sand with my buffing machine over the whole floor. Good hoover up again, and then recoat, a nice thick recoat with the final coat. Okay, I hope you've all enjoyed watching this. If you like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, and if you've got any comments or anything you think, products that you might like to see used, let me know. I'll give it a go if I think it's worth it. But yeah, it's great. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all for the next one. So here we go with the light sand. Some people call it keying, some people call it denibbing. Just basically gets rid of the hairs off the wood after the first coat of lacquer, and just preps the surface ready for the next coat of lacquer to be applied, to make sure it adheres well. And then after you've done that, make sure you hoover up once again very thoroughly. So just one last thing before I sign off on this video. Some of you might be interested in see how the dog patch or wee patch, whatever it might be, I don't know, it may not be that, but it might be, to see how it's come up. So here we go. So it's still there, but actually looks worse on camera than it does in real life, but you can see it, but it's a lot less than it was. So they're quite happy with it. So and they're putting a rug there, so they're really not bothered, the customers, so that's good. And also the color difference is virtually there. So I still have one more coat to put on this right now, and I'm about to do that. But yeah, you can see the finish with the first coat, absolutely lovely. Really good matte, flat, and it's really lovely and smooth. And the abrasive that I just used on that to get it that smooth is a mesh screen, 120 grit mesh screen. You don't have to have a buffer to do this, you can just do it by hand if you wish, but it's a lot easier with a buffer. So I'm going to get the last coat on now, nice thick coat of this Lober Invisible 2K. And I'll see you for the next one. Cheers, guys. So, the final coat of lacquer. Apply it just as you did with the first coat, but take your time. It's a little harder to see where you've been with this coat. But as I said, take your time, apply it liberally, and you'll be astounded by the fantastic look this lacquer gives. All the best, everyone. Timbers Flooring out.